Welcome to the Business Spotlight series. My name is Mike Torrez, and I'm a senior partner here at ActionCOACH in Central Iowa. Today, I have Todd McBroom with Motivated Lawn Care as my guest. Today, we are going to be talking about his business, his journey to business, business ownership challenges, best practices, and share a peek of what it's really like to build and operate a business. If this is your first time on the channel, be sure to like and subscribe to get notifications when new conversations like this drop. Well, Todd, welcome and thank you for being here today. Please give us a brief overview of your background and tell us a little bit about your business so we can set the stage for our listeners and viewers.
All right. Hi, Mike. A little bit about me. A little bit about me. Iowa, born and bred. Southern Iowa, grew up on a farm. Only one of my family that's not a farmer. Yeah, I have two brothers, both into farming, agriculture. The only one that didn't take that route, and that was always my dream, Mike. To tell you the truth, was to be a farmer, but I graduated in the early 80s, and times were pretty tough for farmers back then. My dad had a rough go at it, so he begged me not to become one. So I've always had that farmer mentality, farmer background, work ethic uh, behind me, but I took the journey into technology and into voice technology. Really, it really evolved through the years, but I was in that for 40 years. Um, Toward the end of my career here, 40 years, it was great. I seen a lot of changes, this and that, but I always went back to my dream. I always wanted to have a little acreage and maybe do some farming, and really, I just love working outdoors. So yeah, there's some challenges in the workplace. Just kind of a downturn in the work where I worked at, and opened up some other opportunities and allowed me to think about some things. And later on in my life here, I've always had this dream, and I have a chance to go after it, and I'm going to do it. I wanted to start a business of my own. I've worked for someone else for 40 years, um, and I give it my all each and every one of them years. And I just want to see if I can make something successful. I really believe in myself, and I really think I can. So, always wanted to work outdoors. So, taking on this challenge with Melanie here, not real. I look at it as a great opportunity more so than a challenge. Uh, going to take this on and really building this motivated lawn care around uh, what I like to think of myself as I'm very quality oriented. I'm kind of meticulous when it comes to things, and that's how I want my business to be. That's the output that we at
Awesome.
Motivated want to give is just quality and customer service. There's a lot of choices out there for people, but I want to differentiate just a little bit. The
Awesome.
best of our abilities with top quality services. So that's where I'm at,
Nice.
Mike.
Nice, Todd. Thank you.
You're
And
welcome.
generally speaking, what does the current ownership structure look like? Are you the sole founder or you have a
Nope.
partner?
No, I have a partner, Melanie McQuaid. Have a partner. It's a LLC, Motivated Lawn Care LLC. Have a partner, full partnership with Melanie McQuaid.
Awesome.
She's kind of runs the the paperwork aspect of it. The taxes and whatnot. This is all new to us. It's really exciting. It's really a ton of work um, to get established. Just everything you can think of to establishing the company. That
Mhm.
was a challenge for us, never doing that before. Establishing the LLC, just reached out to a lot of different people for help, and just taking it one step at a time. Insuring the company, getting all the licenses needed to provide the services,
Yeah.
um, uh, sales tax. This is all all new, getting signed up for it, filling out those forms on a monthly basis. It's exciting, but
Yeah, yeah.
learn something different every day that, oh, shoot.
Yeah, we got to keep
Shoot,
learning. And
I
you said
gotta take care of
you
that.
said a key word is you asked for help, that's a
Absolutely.
big key right there. It's finding other
Absolutely.
people that took that journey that are willing to help out.
Absolutely. And I've been really fortunate. Met some nice people along the way on the phone.
Yeah.
Yeah, Iowa Department of Agriculture really helped me through some things. Yeah, the Secretary of State's office, uh,
Nice,
you
nice.
know, really were really nice to deal with,
Yeah,
and
well,
made it pretty painless.
yeah. Well,
So that
tell us a little bit about your current role that you play in the business. So Melanie, you said takes care of all the background stuff and things. What do you do?
well, a little bit of everything. Right now, I am the laborer, right? So we've had a few jobs out there, so I am doing the work. Melanie's helped out a couple of times. Um, I'm really out there searching. I'm talking to people. I'm knocking on doors. Like I'm picking up the phone. I'm talking to people, and I'm trying to get my message across. Uh,
Yeah.
that
No,
look,
so right now you're kind of
absolutely.
doing everything. You got all the hats on.
Absolutely, absolutely. So
Yeah.
trying to grow the business, which is the greatest challenge, right? That
Hmm.
anyone has, right? How do you grow the business
Yeah.
with with a profit? But how do you grow it? How do you differentiate yourself from others? How are you going to do that? And that's the big challenge of kind of come into this a little late, made that final decision a little late. That's okay. I'm still working on, even at this time, I'm picking up business for next year
Yes.
contracts. I have a couple of them that I've secured for, the next season. So it's a look forward mentality. Um,
Hmm.
how big can I grow this?
Nice.
Right?
Yep.
How big can I grow this?
Well,
How can I be
yes.
respected in the lawn care business? How can
Yep.
motivated lawn care be respected when people hear that? Go, ooh,
Mm.
for good
Yeah.
things about them. Yeah.
Ye- Yeah. When you look at your role, how many hours do you spend working in the business, doing the actual services, lawn care stuff, and how many hours do you work on the business on strategies and planning, would you say?
Well, I may have to get back to you on that one, Mike, because as you know, we're getting close, right? The weather's, it's a little chilly today, but hey, the extended forecast looks good. The grass is greening up. The rain helped. Getting real close here. Right now, I put as much effort into it as needed. Obviously, it's not near the hours I'm going to be putting into it. Um, yeah, I envision myself probably, I don't know, I love to work.
Yeah.
I love to work. I'll probably put in 60 hours a week,
Uh-huh.
somewhere around
Okay.
there. Yeah, I love
Yeah.
to work. Yes.
Nice, nice.
Yeah.
And now let's move into what makes your business special. Who primarily does your business serve? If I were in the audience, how would I know you would be a good fit for me?
Well, right now, I'm out there. I'm reaching out for to everyone. I'm going to serve commercial and residential, Mike. Um, I have picked up a couple commercial accounts this year, which is great, and which will be snow removal, everything. It's about a year round as I can get it. I've booked some HOAs for next year.
Mhm.
I was too late on the contracts this year, but I've got a couple for next year that I've got booked. Any business, any residential services whatsoever. A large portion of my business this year is just, without even really trying to get the word out there. A large portion of my business is fertilization programs,
Okay.
lawn aeration, and fertilization programs, 5-step programs, spraying programs. throughout the summer. That's a biggest portion of my business on the books for this year right now. Um,
Okay.
I'm out there to do quality work for anyone.
Nice. Yeah. And that's kind of, you touched base on this next question a little, but what makes your business unique? Why do customers choose you?
I want to provide that. I've talked to so many customers, Mike, that are dissatisfied with their current, and I'm not here to put anyone else down. They're just dissatisfied with their current lawn care providers, and I've heard uh, the same thing over and over. It's really customer service and getting what you pay for, right?
Uh,
Those are the two things that really, I want to. That's what's going to make motivated lawn care stand out.
yeah. Nice.
Mhm.
Now, what is one thing you wish more people knew about your business?
Well, the biggest thing just starting out is that we exist, right? Um, that we exist, and I go back to this. There's so many pieces of this. We live in an age. I don't want to age myself too much, but I'm a little older. I grew up in pre-computer era. We've changed a lot in our marketing strategies and whatnot. There is no newspapers,
Uh,
so the online presence. Working on that right now, getting with website creation, um, getting online, getting noticed, and I think a big part of that will be my it has to be, no matter how online we are, how connected we are with the world, we still need the most important thing, and that's word of mouth. I mean, that's the best advertising there is right there. I go out, uh, do what I say I'm going to do, right? Provide great customer service, provide great quality results. Uh, that's going to pay big time, right? Just word of
nice.
mouth,
Yeah.
word of
Yeah.
mouth.
Yep.
And
You
that's my
let us
struggle right now. Yeah.
you led us right into the next questions, which is marketing, which sometimes that is a vital part of every business out there, and often an area business owners struggle with.
Yes.
I'm always curious on what people are doing, other business owners are doing to help with that. What would you say? How many different marketing strategies are you currently using?
Well, great question. I mean, number one, I mean, these are in process as well as we speak.
Mhm.
Um, I've worked with 1809 Design to get a logo created. Have that created. I'm now working with another company um, that's part of the Clive Chamber to logo my trailer, logo my equipment, right?
Mhm.
That's a big marketing one. And up front, you wouldn't think that's too big of a deal, but you really sit back and start thinking about it. What do I want that message to? You know what I mean? That is an important message. That's
Yeah.
what do I want that message to be? So just it's taken a lot of thought, I'll be getting that in next week, getting things logoed up, marketing, working with website developers
Mhm.
to try to get our message across, trying to expel what we want to provide in a website, right? What do I want? What would I want, right? Because I'm pretty picky, Mike. I'm pretty picky, and,
Yeah.
and that's why I want to provide a great service. What would I want if I'm going out looking for the service? What do I want in a website? It takes a lot of thought,
Hmm.
um, a lot of thought, and then how does that website get noticed, right? Creating a website's one thing. I could probably go out there and do it on my own, right? But nobody'd probably ever view it either. That's not my profession. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? So it takes a lot of thought process and a lot of talking to people. And
Awesome. Yeah. So now
yeah,
you're in that building brand recognition and
correct.
stuff. And you said earlier it's word of mouth is your biggest is your
Correct.
biggest marketing strategy right now? Nice.
Yep.
Now, what approach are you taking to track your leads? Do you currently use any kind of CRM that you prefer or any kind of software like that?
Just starting out, we've chose, we've kind of looked at a lot of them, but just starting out, we started out small with our software, and I kind of like it actually. I use a program called Wave.
Okay.
Um, Very inexpensive program. It does all my estimating. I can run my estimates through it. I can communicate with the customer through it. E-commerce, customers can pay their bills through it, whatnot. So I do have that set up
Okay.
for the invoicing strategy and everything. I think we'll be looking to grow into something different, obviously, but just getting us off the ground with all the other marketing strategies and everything going. Hey, I didn't want um, to have where I'm sitting with no way to bill people, right? While I'm building a company. So had to get that out of the door right up front. So do have that in place for right now, but yes, looking to grow that into a CRM or Salesforce or
Okay.
yep.
Now, we spent a bunch of time focused on the business and shared a few best practices for the audience. I'd love to take a step back a little on your journey. Why did you choose to go into business for yourself opposed to choosing to work for someone else? And what was that transition like for you?
Wow. Tough question. Well, like I said before, I've worked for someone else for 40 years, and I think I had a very, I had a very successful career in those 40 years. I started at the bottom a couple times actually, and worked my way to the top, right? Uh, and that was just through good hard work, motivation, as I like to say, motivated lawn care. That's really what it was. It was a lot of hard work. I went from the bottom to the top a couple times um, through my career, and really enjoyed it. But I always worked for someone else,
Yeah.
right? I always worked for someone else. Um, I always wanted to take that chance. Can I do it for myself? And I'm in a
Yeah.
position where I can try that. So, and I'm going to give everything I have
Yeah.
to make
Well,
that success.
as you look back on that journey so far, what was the most memorable roadblock or hurdle that you were challenged with, and how were you forced to overcome it?
I hate these kind of questions, Mike.
But
In that many years, there's been so many hurdles, right? So many hurdles.
how about the business? Your journey to make that choice on the business and start. I know it's still the early stages of the business,
Right.
but what's been that hurdle that you?
Really, the biggest hurdle was making the decision, to be honest
Mm,
with you, making the decision. Because I go back to, I've been successful in my career, but it's always been for someone else. Um, Making the decision, because that's a scary decision to walk away from a career, right? Um, Scary situation. I'm just ready to take the leap.
yeah.
Take the leap, because my thing is, like I said, I've always worked for someone else. Um, I want to give it a go myself. I want to
Yeah.
give it a go myself because it's me and I that at this point, and Melanie, do we only have ourselves to look at. If we fail, it's
Mhm.
on us, right? If we
Yeah.
succeed, it's because of us. We like to be in the succeed side.
Nice. Nice.
And I want to take that shot.
Awesome. Now let's fast forward and look at what's coming next. Where do you see yourself in the next 3 to 5 years in the business?
Next 3 to 5 years, another hard question. Um, 3 to 5 years, I'd like to be a dominant player. I would like to be a dominant player in the Des Moines market and surrounding
Okay.
areas as lawn care snow removal provider of choice. Uh, revenue wise, that's a tough one. I've thought about that. Where do I want to be revenue wise?
Mhm. Now,
I I don't know. I don't
well,
know.
when you think about your future in the business, I feel it's important to address the topic of building the team, right? I know
Right,
it's you and Melanie right now.
right. Hmm.
Um, but I always like to ask, how has your leadership style grown in the past years?
In the past years, this sounds terrible, but I think I have a great leadership style. Um, and that's, I still have folks that's worked for me through the years. I mean, we're in contact every day, right?
Hmm.
I mean, they're always calling me. I call them. I garnered a lot of respect through leadership in my years as a fair person to work for, right?
Uh-huh.
Um, I set my expectations, and as long as my expectations are met, everything's great. I believe in rewarding people for good hard work.
Yeah.
I believe in paying people for what they're worth, right? Uh, yes, I believe in earning my employees' respect, right? As a person, as an honest person. Um, because those are my expectations myself, right? So absolutely. I've learned a lot through my years. I spent probably 30 years managing people, up to 50 people
Uh-huh.
at a time. Um, uh, garnered, garnered a lot of respect throughout those years, and I really enjoy it, and I miss that. So I want to take the same things I've done in the workplace, because I've had a lot of success with it, and the biggest thing right there is just honesty and openness with your employees,
Hmm.
and respecting them and having an ear, right? Empathetic communication. That's one thing that hasn't changed throughout the years, right? That's so important to have that communication with your employee base, and just give the respect where the respect's due.
That's nice.
And how big do we want to be? I don't know. Those are so tough questions just starting out. I'd love to have 20 employees
Uh-huh.
on the roster next year, right?
Yeah.
Can I do that? Realistically, probably not. Probably not. But talk about goals a little bit. Um, goals. I don't like to set easy goals,
Yeah.
right? An easy goal is worthless to me. Um, it's got to be meaningful, right? It's got to be a stretch goal, is what I like to call them.
Hmm.
And 9 times out of 10, I'm okay with messing a stretch goal. At the end of the day, once the dust settles, right? Because I still made a hell of a lot of progress
Hmm.
on something, right? So I like to set them goals out there far. So, um, and then it just
Nice.
makes it
Well,
it makes it all the more nice when you break them,
yeah.
right? Yeah.
Yep.
When you
Awesome. Yeah, we have certainly covered a lot of ground in our conversation today. So for those who are watching, I highly encourage you just to save this and come back to it and listen to the conversations on the channel. Like Todd said, setting your stretch goals, making them high and unachievable. So even if you get it, awesome. If you miss it, you still made great progress. As we begin to wrap up, I have a few rapid fire questions, top of the head answers for each. What is the key to success for you, Todd?
Motivation.
Motivation. What is your one piece of advice for other business owners?
That's too tough. Boy, I'm in the taking advice stage from other business owners myself right now. Um, one piece of advice for other business owners.
You just
I'll
said
get
it,
back to
taking advice.
taking
Taking
advice.
advice,
Well, yeah, I mean,
listening.
I'm listening to people, right? I'm taking advice. So yes, take advice from others who've been there.
Oh,
Get the help that you can find.
awesome.
Absolutely. Just pick up the phone, talk to people. There's a lot of nice people in this world.
Mhm.
Yep.
What is one book you are reading or have recently read?
That, I haven't had a chance to pick up a book for a couple months. Um, and this one's really, really boring. To be honest, which one I've been reading? I've been reading Greenbelt Six Sigma. I don't I don't know if you know what that is. It's a certification,
Okay.
Six Sigma certification for doing business. It's another process. In my previous job, I was into agile methodologies. Um, to kind of grow your business, work through problems and whatnot.
Hmm.
Some agile methodologies and Six Sigma is another certification through that. It's been around for a long time. Um, really Toyota and General Electric, I believe, back in the olden days, really kind of adopted it. So it's not a very exciting read, Mike. It's got a lot of statistics in it.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's a lot of
Those
statistics.
are good, right? Because you got to know how things working for you, and you
Yes,
got to test and measure, and so
yes,
very good
it
stuff.
exactly. Yeah, just not very exciting.
If you had to choose only one area in your business that you can immediately improve tomorrow, what would it be?
Customer base.
The customer base?
Yep.
Now, now before we get to our final question, how can others learn more about your business and get in contact with you?
Well, as I said earlier, we're actually working with a website developer right now, so that will be out. I do not have that, of course, as of yet. Um, is there a domain yet? Um, yes, there will be a domain. It's motivatedlawnllc.com. We will have a website up here within the next month, fully functional. Um, my number, and that's what I'm working with, logo and everything as well, getting onto the trailer. But my number, you can directly reach out to me at 515-975-4279. Um, yes,
Awesome. Yeah.
that's it.
Well, everybody out there, follow Motivated Lawn Care as they start building their business, share and like them. And more importantly, call Todd and get to know him.
That's
See if
right.
he's the right fit for you, right?
That's right. Also have an email address, and that's motivatedlawnllc@gmail.com.
Awesome.
So absolutely. Thank you.
Yes. Now, what is most inspiring you today?
Sunshine.
The sunshine in the sky. Nice.
Sunshine in the sky. Yep.
That, yeah, because that's the business, huh? That's bringing in the business.
That's the
Sunshine.
business.
I like it.
Sunshine. And it's just, we're pretty fortunate as individuals. It's just a beautiful day. Like I've
Mhm.
always lived in this state. I love it. So, and it's a nice day.
Well, thank you, Todd. Thank you for your time. And again, Motivated Lawn Care. Um, Visit them, talk to them, and get to know them to see if they're the right fit for you. Thank you for joining us, Todd.
Thank you.